Way up to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Yeah, what's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and happy Wednesday. It's a Wealth Wednesday. I'm also in Memphis today for the Black Developers Housing Summit. It's a free event for anybody who's interested in real estate and investing and developing. But along those lines, we also have Mark Whitten joining us, a.k.a. Mark Flips Houses. He'll be talking to you about AI and how he uses that when it comes to purchasing and investing in real estate. And also Damar VanPutten from Lux Listings, New Jersey, one of the top real estate agents in the whole entire state of New Jersey. Let's get to the money, guys, and let's start the show off with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to shine a light. And today, I want to shine a light on a high school senior from Douglasville, Georgia, at Douglas County High School. That is Montavious Presley. Now, he has prioritized more than just his academics. He serves as president of Future Business Leaders of America and the National Honor Society, and vice president of the student government and class of 2025. He's also the manager of the JV and varsity cheer teams and a member of the yearbook staff. And he does community service, over 1,100 hours that he has dedicated to that. But he has gotten acceptances from more than 58 colleges and universities. Well deserved. He also has earned a combined $1 million in scholarships. So congratulations to Montavious Presley. Now, Rico, who do you want to shine a light on?
I'm trying to shine the light on myself. Today's my birthday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday. You sound like you already lit.
Nah, I just took my wife to work trying to get my day started.
Did you smoke yet today?
Nah, yeah, I'm on the way to do that now.
You sound happy. So you dropped her off at work. What are y'all doing tonight?
I'm having a little kickback at the house, you know. I'm just got my new house, you know. We moved in and whatever. So really happy about that.
Oh, well, congratulations. Listen, you know what? What do you drink?
I ain't gonna lie. I drink Jack Daniels.
All right, hold on the line. I'm going to send a bottle to your house for the kickback.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, happy birthday.
Thank you.
That was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you could leave a message that way. And, you know, we got to keep it moving with Tell Us a Secret on the way, 800-292-5150. Call us up, tell us a secret. It's a no judgment zone. Also, Mark Whitten is going to be joining us. You know him as Mark Flips Houses, but he's going to be telling you all about AI in real estate. It's Way Up.
Yeah.
Way Up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and this is a segment that y'all love to hate, okay? 800-292-5150. Tell us a secret. It's no judgment today at all, and you get to remain anonymous. 800-292-5150. Hello, anonymous caller. What's your secret?
So when I was about 18 years old, this individual recorded me against my consent. I didn't even know what was happening. And he posted it. And it got around 30 million views, and I found out about 2 years ago.
Wow, that's a crime.
Yeah, it is, and I don't know what to do about it. And now he's rich.
Man, so have you gotten it taken down?
It's a secret for a reason. I don't even want it to be up. I don't know how to take it down, though.
Oh, if I was you, I would hire a lawyer.
I hire a lawyer, and then more people find out for real that know me.
Have you ever run into anybody that you know who's seen it?
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, listen, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You did nothing wrong.
She's wiser. That's what they say.
All right. Well, I wish you luck with that, but thank you for sharing that secret with us.
For sure, for sure. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm fine.
You want to tell us a secret?
Yeah, I already called you, Angela. This is the lady that was dating the two deacons in church.
Oof.
And I was married to one of them.
Yep.
I finally crossed the line with the other deacon. He's catching feelings. And now I'm feeling some type of way because I'm feeling awkward in church. Like he's on the opposite side watching me and looking at me and stuff, and I don't know what to do.
So you crossed the line, but you only crossed the line one time, and now you don't want to do it anymore, or you're enjoying the secrecy of it and being in church with him looking at you?
No, he's making me feel some type of way. because it was just supposed to be like a sneaky link because I wasn't getting that attention from my husband. But it's like he wanted to go further and I don't.
You think your husband's going to find out?
Not if I can help it.
You better pray on it.
You help me pray, please.
You ever think about confessing to your husband?
Oh, no.
Maybe you should switch churches.
We need to. He needs to.
All right. Well, listen, things get a little messy, so let us know how this plays out. Call me back.
I sure will.
It's like a soap opera. Thank you. That was Tell Us a Secret, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you could leave a message and tell us a secret that way. And when we come back, Mark Whitten is going to be joining us. That is Mark Flips Houses. If you guys want to learn, and I saw Mark Cuban say this, if he would tell anybody any advice, learn all about AI, everything that you can about AI. Well, we're going to talk about real estate and AI with Mark Whitten. When we come back, it's Way Up.
Had a dream of living wealthy.
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to talk about one of my favorite topics and one of Mark Whitten's favorite topics, real estate.
Absolutely. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing out there?
Well, first of all, it's good to see you. It's been years.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, 7 years. We had you on the Breakfast Club twice.
Yeah, twice.
I believe.
Yep. Twice.
And you were actually one of the first people I've heard talk about wholesaling.
Yeah, wholesaling. That's how I got started in real estate. Because not only was I able to make a lot of money doing it, but I also, was able to build my network like that, which eventually led to me being a landlord as well. Just like building wealth with real estate. So don't get discouraged. Like, I know right now there's a lot of uncertainty in the economy with like the new administration and everything like that. But just know that there is ways out here that you can make money without using none of your cash or credit. It just takes a specialized knowledge to be able to be like what I like to call a skilled equity hunter, right? That's just finding equity. So what is equity, right? That's the difference between the debt on the property and the value. And if you can find someone who's motivated to sell a property, you can put yourself in a position of equity and be able to use other people's money to get paid without using none of your cash or credit.
And there's a lot of people motivated to sell right now.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just a matter of approaching them the right way. Right now, I am talking to Mark Whitten. Mark Flips Houses. We're talking about AI and real estate. Let's start from how would you find somebody that's motivated to sell? How would you even know?
I'm actually using artificial intelligence right now. It's like a revolutionary way of finding what I like to call motivated sellers, right? Like we talk about people who are motivated to sell a house. And it's a lot of different ways. Well, I'm going to say in particular right now, one of the best ways that you're going to see coming up is pre-foreclosures. Like, unfortunately, people are, like I said, with the uncertainty in the economy right now, it's going to be, just people in situations where they're going to have to let their houses go. And that's going to be, it's unfortunate, but it's an opportunity for real estate investors to establish, like I said earlier, a stake in some equity and be able to get paid. But you got other ways too, like inherited houses. Those are people that are in probate. Somebody passes away, inherits a house. They don't want nothing to do with the property. They don't want to be investors or anything. So
they don't want to have to pay taxes on it.
They don't want to
maintain it, worry about it, deal with squatters.
They don't want to have to do any of that, right? So that's another way. And then you got people who are like behind on their taxes, what's called like delinquent tax sale properties. Because of course, you never own a property. Even if you own it free and clear with no mortgage, you still got to pay property taxes. And if you don't pay those property taxes, you're going to lose it to the city or the county or whatever, right? So that's another opportunity for real estate investors to find motivated sellers who are motivated to sell just for that reason, because they rather get something than get nothing,
Right, or owe.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even owe money. And that's something that's public information, right? Like you can get all of this.
Yeah, you can get all of it online. You just got to be resourceful.
Mark Whitten is here, and you guys know him as Mark Flips Houses, but he's been doing this coaching and doing his real estate for quite some time now, over 10 years, and he's still going strong. We're talking about AI and real estate. We got more with Mark Whitten when we come back. It's Way Up.
Had a dream of living wealthy.
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and we have Mark Whitten here. Make sure you follow him on Mark Flips Houses. He's got his own AI house flipping software. Where do you think are some good places like that have been, for you personally, right? And we're not telling people what to do, but what has been good for you? And if you were doing some deals right now, what would you be looking at?
we're in New York right now, so like for all the New York people, I would say Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, they're all good places. Cincinnati, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Baltimore is good. Jacksonville, Florida, all those are good areas. Even down in Texas, like Houston, places like that.
And how do people do research to find that out? Like, let's say somebody, because we always stress you don't have to invest where you're at. New York is not the easiest place to get started, but you can get started in other places. Like, I did buy my first house in New York, but investment-wise, it was in Detroit.
Okay, yeah. Oh, congratulations, too, because I saw that online. I was like, that was dope. It was like a big apartment building or something.
Yeah, this 30-unit building. And listen, real estate does have some hiccups a lot of times. That building was in a LIHTC, and so we had to get out of this deal. So we actually can't even move anybody in until next month.
Okay.
But once we do, it'll be fine. But that's just an example of how you need to make sure you have reserves, because we've been having to pay for everything, out of pocket until then. If we would have put everything we had into that, we wouldn't, I don't know how we would have been able to keep it afloat until then. But once we do, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right now, I am talking to Mark Whitten. Mark flips houses. We're talking about AI and real estate.
I would say, to answer your question, I would say, I mean, you could always go online and Google, like, say, for example, like, what are the best places to invest? Like, say you do that, right, and you find an area, right? I say just look at where all the cash sales are happening at, right? And that's another benefit of having the AI software, because...
what is the software called?
It's called AI Real Estate Soft. And, and actually, anybody interested, you can go to realestatemoneyclub.com, and it's all there for you.
This AI has changed the game for people, let me tell you.
Yeah.
All right, so here it says Raleigh, Charlotte, Austin, Orlando, Boise, Idaho, Columbus, Ohio, Vegas, Tampa, Phoenix, Birmingham, Cincinnati, Dallas, Houston, Denver, San Antonio, Seattle, Chicago, Cleveland, Dayton, Jacksonville, Lakeland, Florida, Nashville, and Georgia. That's a lot of places.
Yeah. So, I mean, and another thing, too, is that's good about the software is that you can do this virtually.
Well, Mark, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and we got to make sure we keep more in contact with everything that's going on.
For sure.
But, again, for me, I do Wealth Wednesdays, and real estate is something that is near and dear to my heart, something that I believe in, but I also always want to make sure that people are only doing things with credible people, who can be trusted, learning from that, learning from other people's examples. Like I said, you've been doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, again, at Mark Flips Houses, make sure y'all check him out, and, we'll keep it going. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And you can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, we have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Of course, it's Way Up.
Hey, everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Any question you have, I definitely want to help you out. Now, Liz is on the line. What's up, Liz?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. What's your question?
How do I get out of this year-long situationship when it's like love involved? Like, I don't know how to get out of this.
Why is it a situationship?
Like, we work together, and I just became like a mom, and so started hanging out with him at like 3 months, and then like it kind of just progressed little by little. So we used to we hang out like every day. Like, he sleeps over, we go out and do things, but when I bring up wanting to commit, he doesn't, and then he kind of pulls away, and then it causes me to kind of pull back, and then when I do that, he kind of comes back in. Like, he has me wrapped around his finger so bad, and I don't know how to get out of this.
Is he dating anybody else?
No, so he makes it a point to show me that he's not talking to anybody else in that way, and it confuses me because he says that he doesn't want a relationship, but he does everything like relationship-wise.
Does he say why? What are his reasons?
He's explained that he's definitely gotten hurt, and I think he's under the impression that love is conditional based on what you can provide. I've definitely bought him a lot of clothes and sneakers and things like that, and he's very grateful and stuff, but at the same time, it's like I'm doing all these things for a man that ultimately I feel like doesn't really care about me.
So you're buying him things. Is he reciprocating?
No.
Okay. All right, Liz, we got to be honest with ourselves. How old is he?
He's 25, and I'm 29.
He's getting what he wants, but you're not getting what you want, and that's not fair.
I know.
And as long as you keep on giving him what he wants, but not getting what you want, that is not going to be ideal for you. And sometimes you got to do what's best for you. I understand that you love him, but how much longer can you go on like this? It also gives him an out to be like, we're not in a relationship. We're just seeing each other. So what if he runs into somebody else that he likes and decides he wants to start dating somebody, he has the freedom to do that because he's never told you that we're in a relationship.
I agree. I mean, I've definitely brought that up. And he's like, but I'm like, oh, so we're just a friends with benefit situation. And then his response was, oh, if that's what you think.
A lot of mind games. It's a lot of mind games. And so he knows that he'll do this as long as you'll let him get away with it. And if you put your foot down and you set those boundaries and you let him know, this is my decision and I'm firm about what it is that I'm deciding, then you'll see where you really stand.
Okay. Yeah. It's just hard. It's like a really
It's definitely hard. And things like this aren't ever going to be easy, but it'll be harder the longer you wait.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and maybe it'll end up good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Liz. You know what you deserve, so go get it.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Liz. That was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you can always leave a message and talk to us that way. And we have Damar VanPutten joining us. He is the broker owner of Lux Listings, but he's also the number 5 out of the top 100 real estate agents in America for social media, according to Property Shark. We'll be discussing real estate and how he got to where he is at such a young age. It's way up.
Had a dream of living wealthy.
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it is a Wealth Wednesday. So, of course, my girl Stacey Tisdale is here.
Happy Wealth Wednesdays, everybody. We are very excited today. You know, we love talking about real estate. You know, we love talking about our real estate club, but we really have found an amazing guest for you today, Mr. Damar VanPutten, who is the CEO, founder of Lux Listing.
Is it Putin like Vladimir Putin?
VanPutten.
VanPutten. I will never say that again then.
That's all good. Yeah.
I will never, ever say that again. Ever. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not going to brag about you, though. You have $100 million in sales in the last year.
Over $100 million.
Over $100 million.
Over now.
And you're ranked number 5 on Property Spark's list of top 100.
Oh, Property Shark.
Property Sharks. That's my typo list of the top 100 realtors on social media in America. When you started your company, millennials were one of the fastest growing, black millennials were one of the fastest growing group of new homeowners. And that's your market.
Yep. Black home ownership in general has been on the rise over the past couple of years. That's the statistic. But as you said, the black millennials, I think, are literally leading that charge.
Mm-hmm. I think that's so important because a lot of times we see something and don't take action. Like it looks good and you're like, oh, that would be dope. But we don't think like, let's research it. Let's figure out how can we make this happen and actually do it. It's a Wealth Wednesday. Stacey Tisdale is here with me and we are talking to broker, realtor, owner Damar VanPutten from Lux Listings, New Jersey. How do you stand out when there's all these offers going into a seller and you want to make sure that your client secures the property? What are some things that you do to make sure that you can really appeal and be on the top of that? Because they're not allowed to tell you what the other offers are, what you need to offer. So you have to kind of, you know, you want to make sure that people are getting the property that they want, but you also want to make sure they're not overpaying for it.
Right. So it's a myth that they're not allowed to tell you. The first thing I do before ever putting in an offer, and realtors, if you're listening to this, man, this is some free game right here. I'll make sure I get on the phone with the listing agent if I'm not the listing agent and figure out as much information as possible so that every offer can be a targeted approach. I'm not into the guessing game. I want to get your seller what they want while still, you know, paying respects to my buyer's budget. So, you know, oftentimes, even if they're like, oh man, listen, I can't tell you, just put in your best offer, I might say, well, hey, do you know what the property might appraise at? And then if they throw a number out, then I'm like, I bet that's probably the number that they're looking for then. Or something similar to that. Some people will tell you flat out, like, listen, man, hey.
Just ask. Because if you don't ask,
you know what I'm saying? You don't get
nothing.
Exactly. But outside of that, other tactics are depending on what the client's finances are. You know, you can do things like if the house may have some equity in it or not. If your client's putting a very strong offer, like price point wise, you can say, you know, we'll do an appraisal waiver, which basically means regardless of what the appraisal comes in at, we'll still honor the price that we tell you.
Right, so you can pay the difference from what the bank won't cover.
Right. Another thing is if the house is in crisp condition, you know, we'll waive the inspection contingency. We'll just do an inspection for our own knowledge. That's not something I do on every single deal. That's more so a case-by-case situation. But where it's appropriate, it definitely does help your clients Client's offers stand out above the rest, because you just have to think from the mind of a seller.
Damar VanPutten is here with us, and find out how he built this amazing real estate agency from the ground up at a young age to be named number 5 out of all the real estate agents in America. All right, we'll talk about it. It's way up.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. It's a Wealth Wednesday with Stacey Tisdale, and we have broker, owner, realtor Damar VanPutten from Lux Listings in New Jersey with us.
What is the current climate for blacks when it comes to real estate and home buying? That whole COVID George Floyd thing really pushed us in one way, and now everything's changed. What advice would you have for our community building wealth in real estate in this current climate?
I would say if you are in a position where you can grab something, regardless of what's going on in the world and politics and things like that, that stuff that's unfortunately out of our control. But what you can control is how you're setting up the generations to come with success based off of your actions. So
people are worried about the economy, interest rates, everything.
Right. Listen, again, things that we cannot control, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to worry yourself into a basic life. You can't be scared to take risks. If we were scared to take risks, we wouldn't even be sitting with you guys talking here today. So I would say, as I don't want to sound tone deaf to what's happening in the world, the best thing that you can do is making sure you get a piece of America, because the more pieces we have of America, we're slowly not becoming the minority. We're slowly gaining power as a generation, as a people, and now we start having more say because we have wealth behind us, we have businesses behind us, we have houses to pass down to our kids.
It's a Wealth Wednesday. Stacey Tisdale is here with me, and we are talking to broker, realtor, owner Damar VanPutten from Lux Listings, New Jersey. And you're right about that. The last thing we want is to feel stagnant, and I think that sometimes when it comes to a lot of things like voting and businesses and home ownership, the feeling that they want us to have is that we can't do anything about it, don't make a move. And you always have to figure out, like, what are some things that you can do to make it happen if it's coming together as a group. Like we have the Wealth Wednesdays Real Estate Club where people are doing deals together.
Oh, that's nice. I'd love to be a part of that.
Yeah, no, honestly,
send people into the real estate club, exactly what she's saying. When this whole shift in administration happened, we just immediately went, let's just go inside and create our own economy.
Yeah.
We're doing stuff with each other because black dollars do matter.
100%.
Right.
How can people find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at damar.lux. You can find the business at Lux Listings NJ.
Thank you so much, Damar VanPutten, for joining us. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. Happy Wealth Wednesday. When we come back, y'all have the last word.
Got the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee on a Wealth Wednesday. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to Mark Whitten, Mark Flips Houses, and also Damar VanPutten, owner of Lux Listings, New Jersey, talking all things real estate. And how appropriate, I'm also in Memphis right now. I'm at the Black Developers Housing Summit. It's the 3rd year that they've been doing this, and I'm doing the keynote today, so I'm really excited for that. Shout out to everybody in Memphis. Let's keep this going, you guys. When we talk about empowerment, we talk about ownership, we talk about investing, we talk about being able to pass property down from generation to generation, feeling stable, how much that does for your mental health as well as your financial wellness. I love these conversations, and this is your show, so you have the last word.
Hey, so I wanted to leave my little secret. So I'm married. I got 4 kids by my wife, but my wife don't know that I got 3 of her cousins got kids by me. Her sister got a kid by me, and her best friend got 2 kids by me.
Hey, this is Shanita from Chicago. I want to shine a light on my little sister, Ashanti, because she's been doing such a good job in her weight loss journey, and we got to give it up for the big girls. I'm a big girl myself, and it's hard, but we doing it. So, shine a light on my little sister, Shani. We got the same birthday. Leo gang.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.